Everybody, clearing. All right, so this is going to be a Divine Masculine check-in, and we're just going to see what's going on in the conscious minds of the DMs at this time. So thank you, Divine Creator, for using me as a channel of only the highest, most beneficial information coming through. What can we see for the DMs in the collective that joins me here? How are the DMs navigating all things in the journey at this time, and what's coming up next based on what we're going to see here? What is the likely next offshoot of energy from where things are at? All right. Let's see, conscious mind about the connections. Okay, the world and this telepathic connection energy. I'm really getting that right now there's a bit of an energetic disconnect because the masculines have something to clean up in their world to complete karmic cycles. The awakening card, the judgment card, happens right before the world. This is the last card in the standard major arcana. And so the masculines have come through seeing something that they need to handle, and it's none of the DF's business right now is what I'm getting. It's something that they really are going through on their own, and there is either a conscious or unconscious disconnect here, so they can do this at this time. They really do need some space in some ways to close out cycles. This can also mean that travel is affecting the connection right now, and that there is a distance. What's going to happen next? Okay, autonomy. So whatever this is that the masculines are dealing with, cleaning up or finalizing, it's to bring them into their autonomy. So they are setting the stage to be free, free to pursue whatever it is that they are finalizing here. This is one of the major, pardon me, one of the major things that has been keeping the masculines from going into these connections wholeheartedly. What can we see for the connection with the feminine? Masculines are doing the inner work so that they can end this burden, the karmic burden that's been in their life. That can be misconceptions about how to look at certain things in their lives. It can be a lot of different things. It can be real world burden and finding solutions here. But as far as directly connected with the feminines, again, I'm feeling that the masculines are very much in their own energy, looking at ways to balance their lives out that are irrespective of the feminines, what's going to come next. A lot of self-love and surrender. So the masculines are very much feeling like they have to really love themselves to sort of disconnect from focusing on this connection so they can get down to business with the things that need to be taken care of so they can come forward freely to these connections. What are we seeing on the heart space about the connections? Again, we've got some cards in the inverse. So many of these cards have come out in the inverse. The masculines really have what they need to focus on right in front of them right now. Hermit mode and Knight of Wands. This is the deepening. So I'm hearing that rite of passage thing again. Generational rite of passage, karmic rite of passage. They are very much sorting out what they need to right now to masculine up in their lives. Yeah. And so feminines are giving the masculines a grace period, exercising grace towards the masculines. There is a rest. The masculines are giving, or the feminines are giving the masculines their blessing right now to take care of whatever this is on the masculine side that's making a masculine out of them. What can we see for the heart space for the feminines? Wow, again, there's something shrouded here. It's almost like the masculines are being pulled away from the feminines right now and trusting that they are safe, that the connection is safe, that there is this I must do what I must do kind of energy here, where the masculines are able to go very deeply into their own energy right now and trust that these connections will find their way in due time if they are meant. There's a lot of emotional processing for the masculines right now. The King of Cups can be a very emotional card. So yeah, it does feel like the divine masculines are being brought into their own healing process and reconnecting with their own emotions at this time. They need to go through this. I'm hearing a purge, feminines. What can we see for how the masculines are wishing to manifest in these connections? Oh wow, the union and the sun again in the inverse. I'm hearing they don't know what union will look like to them on the other side of this process. And they want to manifest true love, true union. And so right now they have to focus on this clearing within them, this processing, this balancing. So there is this wifey energy here. The feminines have really, primarily the ones in my collective, have stepped into autonomy, spiritual sovereignty, and have kind of become self-made in many ways. So the masculines also have to equally, so this can be financial, material realm success for the feminines. And so it feels like the masculines need to do this emotional processing to match their Queen of Pentacles after this final, this world energy closes out. What can we see for the actions? Deepening. They're coming out of this hot and cold, weak energy, and again, masculining up, doing the inner work, going through the ringer, putting one foot in front of the other, going through the ascension process, transcending. This is a highly conscious process where the masculines are going in. What's going to come of this? The heartache is going to be released. Now, this is beautiful because when we do the inner work, when we take accountability, when we sort our emotions, when we let go of things that are not ours, karmically speaking, all of the misconceptions and the burden and the pain falls away because the record is set straight. So these masculines want to go all in. That means they have to go all in with their own lives and what is on their plate to sort it once and for all so they're free. They're leaning into their own things, not, leaning into these connections just yet, but really it does translate that way. It's an investment in self, which is the best investment in these connections for now. What can we see for the biggest challenge? Yeah, that secretly they know that there's a lot waiting on the other side. You, divine feminines, their abundance, but that they can't really sidestep going all into these dynamics and processes that they are needing to close out. Other relationships, friends, family, so many things. Yeah, before they can come forward from waging the karmic battle and crowning their divine feminine here. So that will come. This is a hat tip to the energy to come. Secretly, they do still have one eye on this connection and you, feminines. But right now, it's none of the feminines' business. The karma that the masculines have to balance out is none of your accountability because it wasn't your karma to carry. So while these connections are so intricately connected, the karma is each counterpart's karma alone. At this stage, what can we see for the biggest solution? Leaning into this emotionality. We have when pigs fly here, the little piggy. So these masculines have had to come into emotional processing, transparency, availability. This is what's been keeping these connections sort of at arm's length. And only when pigs fly is that masculines have needed to come into this emotional mastery, connectivity with their emotions. Yeah, this is the awakening. So these masculines are going through a massive awakening. This is the judgment energy that is prior to the world here. So there's a lot coming to the surface, a lot being revealed, and it's quite an emotional process in real time for these masculines. They're going to be purging, they're going to be crying, they're going to be learning, they're going to be excelling, overcoming, I'm even hearing humor is going to be coming in because they're going to see things in magically different ways than they did before as the pain and burden starts leaving their life once and for all. When that cycle is closed out, they really are ascending here. With that World card, that is a card of ascension in some decks. And there's so much conscious accountability and recognition here. It really feels like this is the last push before unions, feminines. What can we see for the near future? Yeah, they're coming into divine masculine. Unconditional love is winning the day, and they're becoming empowered. This is their initiation into embodying their full potential, the knowledge of self, the overcoming, being able to go all in. Overcoming the devil, exactly. There will be no rock left unturned, no I left undotted, no T left uncrossed. These masculines are going to see the lower and the higher timelines, and they are going through the exodus from those lower timelines right now by leaning into what is on their plate to take care of fully right now. One card for the masculines, growth. I want to expand my consciousness and my awareness. These masculines are going for gold. And for the feminines watching, trust. I accept that my inner voice will always guide me correctly. Guilt in the inverse and worry. I'm learning that worry doesn't change an outcome. And guilt. I release any beliefs that no longer assist my soul's growth. So feminines, trust. Worry doesn't do anyone any favors here. Believe the best. Okay, many blessings. Bye for now.